Memorial Day baseball in Kansas City as the Twins start a 3-game set against the Royals. A special thank you to all the military families out there who have sacrificed so much for our freedoms in this great country. Welcome inside Kauffman Stadium. It was steamy all afternoon, but now the shadows are out. The breeze is here. It's a perfect summer night for baseball as the Twins look to end a losing streak and get back on the beam. Let's take a look at our series setup. The Twins have been great inside the division, 7-3 so far against the American League Central. The good news is their next 10 games in the division, 3 here at Kansas City, 4 home to Cleveland, then 3 home to the White Sox. The Twins try to get back on track. The bad news is the bats have gone a bit cold. Just 6 runs in their last 4 games. However, last year against Kansas City, they were able to score and score in bunches. 113 runs for the Twins last year in 19 games against the Royals. That's nearly 6 a game. A guy you got to watch, though, is Salvador Perez, the king of Kansas City, on fire. 25 RBIs in May, leads the American League. He's a .311 career hitter against the Minnesota Twins. The man in charge of shutting down Perez and the Royals is Lance Lynn. He comes off his best performance in a Twins uniform. Up next, what he needs to do to duplicate that great showing.
CenturyLink, connecting you to the power of the digital world. By Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, for the everyday competitor in all of us. And by Northland Ford. Visit buyfordnow.com and your local Northland Ford dealer today.
The Twins finally get a chance to play the Kansas City Royals. 2 months into the season, it's game 1 of the season series between the Twins and the Royals. It'll be right-hander Lance Lynn going for the Minnesota Twins against young right-hander Jacob Junis of the Kansas City Royals. And happy Memorial Day from Kansas City. Dick Bramer and Burt Blyleven for the opener of this 3-game series. Even though the Twins have lost more games than they would like at this point of the season, They are encouraged that they're getting good starting pitching now over the last couple of weeks, and thankfully, Lance Lynn's been a part of that.
Yeah, remember Lance Lynn signed late in spring training. It took him a while to get going. Well, at the beginning of the year, he had a little bit of a groin injury that affected his outcome a little bit on the way he performed, but not his last time out. He told me he feels a lot better. One key to him in his last start, where he averaged about 6 walks per 9 innings coming into that game against the Tigers, he stayed back better over the pitching rubber and really had a good follow-through toward home plate, showed excellent control in the 6 2/3 innings of shutout baseball.
Anxious to get this series started, and when we return, we'll honor those who paid the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom on this Memorial Day.
After the flags unfurl and the uniforms are pressed, the mission continues for dignity, honor, and respect. The roar of engines signals a call to salute. To those on their final flight, we pay tribute. Our nation's most sacred ground awaits, with an embrace from the men and women who shared their same heroic fate.
Memorial Day. When a member of our military dies in service to our country, their remains are flown to Dover Air Force Base, where a team of specialists across all branches of our armed forces work to pay dignity, honor, and respect to the fallen.
We have an Army casualty, so we need to get a flight as soon as possible to Dover.
Yes, sir.
Since day one, you go through the course of being a mortuary affairs specialist. Those are the 3 words that you're always listening to. Honor, dignity, and respect. Attention to detail is everything. Probably this is the last time that a family member are going to see a service member dressed in this uniform.
Honoring someone who has passed for their service in a dignified way, it's a very good feeling. to make sure that the fallen service member is getting the best uniform that he or she can possibly get. That's my focus.
When somebody falls in the service of their country, I believe their country owes them as much honor as we can possibly give them. You have to remember that this is how we support the guys on the battlefield, and more importantly, it's how we support their families, because this is the last time they're going to come home. Memorial Day for most people in uniform, it's a time of reflection. We realize that we inherited something great in this country. You know, for every person who died, there would be countless others who toiled to provide freedom. We're basically remembering our inheritance, the thing that we've been entrusted to protect.
How big a price. It is our responsibility as citizens to remember the sacrifices of those who help protect us. Today, we reflect on what it means to be an American as we celebrate our freedom with America's game. As a kid in Dumont, Minnesota, I remember what a somber experience it was when we had the march out to the cemeteries and the 21-gun salutes for those who had lost their lives serving, well, early in the Vietnam conflict, but also World War II, World War I. So we hope that you've honored those who have fallen in service to this country on this Memorial Day. And take some time out to watch some baseball tonight as the Twins hope to get back on the winning track after having a very frustrating and disappointing series in Seattle. Paul Molitor hoping that the Twins can get back toward the 500 mark.
in their first game this year against the Kansas City Royals. The Menards batting order for the Twins: Brian Dozier, Eddie Rosario, Miguel Sano, Logan Morris and Eduardo Escobar, Max Kepler, Robbie Grossman, Mitch Garver, and Byron Buxton.
And tonight's starting pitcher stats are brought to you by Home Furniture. And Jacob Judas on the mound. This guy has been the Royals' best pitcher so far, making his 11th start. His third career start against the Twins. Actually, last year back in May, first game of a doubleheader, he made his major league debut, got a no decision. The Royals ended up winning that ball game, but this young man is off to a very good start in his major leagues.
Northland Ford defense for the Kansas City Royals: Alex Gordon in left, John Jay in center, Jorge Soler in right, Torres, Escobar, Merrifield, Dozier, the infielders, and Salvador Perez behind the plate.
Junis' scouting report: fastball, two-seamer, and a four-seam fastball, slider, occasional curveball, and a very good changeup.
Dozier swings through the first pitch. Strike one. Pull shift on in the infield for Dozier. Swing and a miss at 89 and then 90. 0-2.
Junis, 25 years old. Been up with him all year. There's a slider right there, missing down and away. He had quite a ride last year. He made his major league debut against the Twins in May and then was sent back down after that doubleheader. He was with the Royals 7 times last year, up and down between Omaha, the AAA affiliate, and here in Kansas City.
Dozier called out on strikes, a breaking ball, bending over the inside corner, one away.
Yeah, that more the curveball right there, and Dozier taking it for strike 3.
And that'll bring up Eddie Rosario.
Well, what do we need to do to win? Well, the bats need to come alive. That's basically it. That's in our Pizza Ranch. Keys to a Twins win. Over the last 13 ball games, Twins are 4-9, and they have hit an average of .207 as a ball club. .207.
Well,
that's not good.
To that end, maybe the Royals are the perfect team to be facing the Twins right now, because the Royals have by far the worst team ERA in Major League Baseball. Rosario lifts it foul, and it's 1-1. Royals come into this series with an ERA of 5.29, more than a run higher than the Twins team ERA.
Yeah, other than Judas, all the other starters have an ERA of about 5. So this young man right here kind of leading the way.
Up and away, 2-1. Now, Junis earlier had given up a lot of home run balls, 5 of them in one game, in fact, but he has kept the ball in the ballpark the last 2 games. And of course, the Twins have had a hard time scoring, and within that hitting home runs, it's all been a struggle, and now a foul back, and it's 2-2.
And the Royals have had a tough time winning here this year at Kauffman Stadium. They're 7-18. 18-35 overall for the Royals. They find themselves in 4th place, 9 games behind the Cleveland Indians.
2-2 to Rosario. Sano on deck. And on the outside corner, he gets Rosario on strikes with pretty much the same pitch he froze Dozier on.
Yeah, another curveball right there. So Rosario walking slowly back to the bench. Junis came in with 55 strikeouts in 61 1/3 innings.
Tom Hallion, if you didn't know, is calling balls and strikes, and he's bellered his 3rd strike call twice already. Here is Sano playing at 3rd base in tonight's game. Strike 1. Breaking ball again. Oh, and 2, and that really stung Perez. Got him on the glove hand. You wonder whether it bent his wrist a little bit.
Yeah, foul ball off the glove. Looks like Sano got a piece of it.
Yep. Down off the thumb of the glove.
Yeah.
Well, Junis has gotten 2 called third strikes on breaking balls. He's ahead of Sano 0-2. And a half swing on a breaking ball. And Junis strikes out the side, and the Twins go down meekly in the first. The Twins hoping to continue to play well against American League Central opponents. Here's Ned Yost batting order, brought to you by Menards, John Jay, Whit Merrifield, Mike Moustakas, Salvador Perez, Jorge Soler, Hunter Dozier, Alex Gordon, Alcides Escobar, and Ramon Torres.
And tonight's starting pitcher stats brought to you by Home Furniture. And that's Lance Lynn making his 10th start, looking for his 3rd win. Looking to do what he did in his last start against the Tigers. 6 2/3 innings of shutout baseball in the win over the Tigers.
Former Cardinal teammates to get things started in the bottom of the first, Lynn and John Jay. Lynn has found his way to the Minnesota Twins. Jay's bounced around a little bit now with the Royals. And a first pitch strike. What we saw from Lynn in his last start, what we've been told is a more typical Lance Lynn start. Command of his pitches, getting ahead, throwing strike 1 instead of falling behind and issuing so many walks. Tapper right side, easy play for Dozier. 1 away.
Yeah, Lance has an assortment of pitches. A 2-seamer looked like that was a sinking fastball right there to get that ground ball out. A 4-seamer we'll see in the upper 90s at times. Curveball, slider, and the changeup.
Good to see the 3 guys out there again. Buxton in the middle, Rosario in left, Kepler in right. Sano, Escobar, Dozier, Morrison. Sano getting 3rd base, and that allows Escobar to move back where he used to play. And Mitch Garver behind the plate. 1 down, and now Whit Merrifield. And there's another first pitch strike.
Merrifield in his 3rd season with the Royals.
And again on the outside corner.
For Lance Lynn, he's making his 5th career start against the Royals organization. His 3rd start here. Looking for his 1st win against the Royals.
Up and away, 1-2. Royals over the last couple of years have had to restructure their lineup. Eric Hosmer, of course, gone. Lorenzo Cain gone. Swing and a miss, and Lynn gets his first strikeout, 2 away. And that'll get us to Mike Moustakas. The Royals thought they'd lost him, but he's back with them at least for the start of this 2018 season.
Good high fastball right there. Gets Lynn a strikeout, and he's averaged a strikeout an inning. that he has pitched. 45 strikeouts in 44 innings coming into the ball game.
Moustakas was out there coming off a career year, and interest in him, at least at the level he was expecting, was lukewarm at best, and he ended up signing late with the Royals for a one-year deal.
Yeah, last year the American League Comeback Player of the Year when he hit 38 home runs and drove in 85 and hit 272.
Outside 2-0. Then trying to match Junis with a 1-2-3 first inning. That's flipped foul, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, Moustakas, a two-time All-Star, 2015, and last year represented the Royals, the All-Star game. Those are his numbers from last year, 148 games.
29 years old. He'll turn 30 here in a couple of months. Another foul. On many levels, the free agent market last year was curious. There were a lot of weird things that happened, and the fact that Moustakas didn't get 3 or 4 years really was one of the oddest things. Ned Yost compiling a winning record against the Twins, of course, back-to-back World Series teams just a few years ago. 2-2. And now a full count. Perez on deck.
Yeah, always, I'm sure, for Paul Molitor managing against Ned Yost. They were teammates in Milwaukee with the postseason together back in 1982 with the Brewers, Harvey Wallbangers.
Full count to Mike Moustakas. Chopped foul.
Moustakas 3 hits and 10 at-bats against Lynn when he was with the Cardinals with a couple home runs. Moustakas leading the Royals with 11 home runs. Both these clubs don't hit a lot of home runs.
And Moustakas late on a 94-mile-per-hour fastball. And Lynn has a clean first inning as well.
Good news on Joe Mauer on the field at Target Field today, taking ground balls, doing baseball activities. Paul Molitor very encouraged about that. Byron Buxton excited on the bus today to watch a race on my phone from Canterbury where Paul Allen, the race caller, got to call Buxton down the stretch, and Buxton was a winner. Like the center fielder, the horse built on speed. A big smile from Byron this afternoon before coming to the ballpark watching that race. And Miguel Sano, happy to be back in Kansas City. Remembers his debut here back in July of 2015. Said he got his first hit here, his first double, his first RBI. He said he loves hitting in this stadium. He'll never forget, guys, that major league debut.
Well, thank you, Kevin.
Well, you never do.
Well, Sano and the Twins need to get the lineup to produce some runs. 4 straight losses have dropped the Twins. A little pop-up near third. Dropped the Twins 6 games below 500. Torres, the third baseman, makes the catch. And the Twins 4 at-bats into the game still haven't hit a fair ball.
Hey, we have contact right there.
That'll bring up Escobar.
Yeah, Morrison, who was born here in Kansas City, Missouri.
Escobar back at short and moved out of the cleanup spot, dropping down to 5th. Junis is a force to be reckoned with. Burt talked about what he's done so far this year. 5-3, good 1-loss record. Chopped up the line. And Merrifield shovels and a quick second out in this inning. The Royals starting staff only has 11 wins, and Junis has got 5 of those.
Well, just making his 27th major league start, his 31st appearance, 14 wins, 6 losses, an ERA right at 4. So he's been a nice fit into a rotation that has not fared real well.
2 down. You can see pitching has been an issue here in Kansas City. Here's Kepler, and he takes low, ball 1. All the different assessments made regarding Kepler and his improvement this year, being more patient at the plate, more deliberate, better pitch recognition, has allowed a lot of the good things to happen for Kepler. And now he's got a 2-0 count, and he swings through a fastball. Down the line, and another hit. It'll be another extra base hit for Kepler. And he's going to round second and try for third. And the throw is not in time. A triple for Kepler with 2 down in the second. Twins haven't hit many triples this year, but Kepler tried for third after the second out.
Yeah, only the 4th triple. Triples are fun to watch if you're a fan. You know, home runs are nice. You see the player trot around the bases, but triples, you got to hustle out of that box. You got to hustle all the way around to third base. So Kepler hitting it sharply into the corner. And the carom right there, a little tough. And Kepler hustling all the way. And for Kepler, that's his 2nd triple of the year, and again the 4th for the Twins.
Here's Robbie Grossman. Grossman takes high, ball 1. Twins just finished playing the Mariners, and the Twins were virtually without a key hit through the 3 games, and the Mariners kept getting one after another in key spots. This would qualify. You get a 2-out triple, and if the next guy can get a hit, well, you got a run when maybe you didn't expect to get one.
Yeah, one more thing on Max Kepler. With him reaching base at triple, that's the 23rd straight start against the Royals. He's been able to get on base. Now he'd like to touch home.
And a called strike over the inside corner, 1-2. You know, the pitch he hit was a hittable pitch, but he had a favorable count. So the key to the at-bat might not have been so much the 4th pitch, but the first 2 that he took that were close pitches for balls. 1-2 to Grossman. And now 2-2. And now 3-2. With Garver on deck. that the temperature reached 100 degrees in Minneapolis, and then the cold front came through and the temperature dropped about 30 degrees. Cold front hasn't hit here yet. Still very muggy. The ball should fly. And that is a pitch outside. And on the subject of taking close pitches, how about Robbie Grossman? Fell behind 1-2, and he ends up going to first.
Well, very good eye at the plate. He tried that breaking ball that kind of caught Dozier and Rosario looking, but this one was outside.
Kepler with 2 down, knocking one into the corner, and he, with the major league average 27.8 feet per second, Kepler a little bit better than that, and it allowed him to get an extra base. Here's Mitch Garver. Strike 1. Garver and Bobby Wilson have pretty much split the catching duties, although Garver caught the first 2 games in Seattle. And over again, this time with a breaking ball.
Yeah, it's kind of like a slurve curveball, that breaking ball.
Just trying to pitch out of a bit of a situation here in the second inning. First and third, 2 down. With runners in scoring position, as you might expect, the last 4 games it hasn't been very good. All 4 games have been losses. Garver takes away another breaking ball off the plate, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, that more the slider right there, a little quicker breaking ball. Now, Twins need a base hit right here. Garver with 4 doubles, a couple home runs.
And a breaking ball got him. Kepler tripled, Grossman walked, they're left aboard, and we're still scoreless in Kansas City. Cleveland with a win this afternoon over the White Sox. They're now 11-5 against American League Central teams, and the Twins have a good winning percentage against AL Central teams. They just haven't played as many games. So we'll see how this series plays out, and then the Indians are going to open up a nice long homestand for the Twins at Target Field this weekend. Salvador Perez leads off the second against Lance Lynn. First pitch fouled back.
And remember that 76 of the 162 ball games are played within your division. So, yeah, it's important to take advantage of clubs that are rebuilding, like Kansas City, Chicago, and Detroit.
1 strike to Perez. held back. Now we know this because we've paid attention over the years. 30 teams in Major League Baseball, and all 30 teams complain about the schedule. There's something about the schedule they don't like. But honestly, the Twins' first homestand was 10 games. Who would schedule 10 straight games in the first homestand in Minnesota?
Early April, yeah.
And the Twins have played more National League games than they have within their own division. It seems to me it would be easy to take care of both of those situations. I'm not applying for the job, mind you. But it really is odd that here we are. This marks the end of the second month. We started on March 29th in Baltimore, and this is the first game this year between these two divisional teams.
But you know, every division has 5 teams,
right.
So there's always one team that's going to have to play not each other, but you know, somewhere else. And it just so happened to be the Twins this year.
1-2 to Salvador Perez. Didn't get started till late April, and he's been swinging the bat really well. There's a breaking ball, and Lynn doesn't get the call. 2-2. Perez started on April 24th, and he's driven in 28 runs in about 5 weeks.
Had a tear in his left knee that put him on a disabled list. This guy has been durable, and he's been a very good hitter against the Twins.
Looked like he tried to do too much with it. Just wanted to hit it hard up the middle, and he did for a leadoff single in the second. In May, he's leading the league in runs batted in. 9 home runs already on the season and 25 runs batted in. And he doesn't have the supporting cast around him he used to have either. So what he's done is really, really special. Here is Jorge Soler, and the Royals are crossing their fingers that what they've seen from Soler so far this year is what they'll get. Came over from the Cubs last year, had a disastrous season. And it looks like he has figured some things out, both at the plate and in the field.
Yeah, they ended up trading Wade Davis to the Cubs to get Soler. Soler signing a 4-year contract, signed till 2020.
And now 2-0.
Soler out of Cuba. Signed by the Cubs back in 2012.
And look at the numbers last year. 157. Virtually no run production. (2-0) to Soler. And now missing inside 3-0. Hunter Dozier on deck. Royals coming off a good road trip. They went 4-3. St. Louis and Texas. But as you said, they have not played very good baseball here at home. And a 4-pitch walk puts them aboard. First and second, nobody out for Dozier.
Yeah, Lynn in his last start against the Tigers just 1 walk in 6 2/3 innings, but prior to that, control was an issue. It's a ground ball right here. He's been able to get 6 double plays turned behind him. There are the umpires. Tom Hellion, the crew chief.
Adam Hammery at first, Brian Knight at second, Dan Bellino at third. And now Hunter Dozier has been swinging a good bat, getting a chance to play some at first base. Lucas Duda's been dealing with plantar fasciitis, so he's not able to play. Dozier, who usually plays in the other corner infield spot, getting a chance to play at first. Hacked foul, 1 strike. And Dozier has 3 straight multi-hit games.
Royals #1 pick back in 2013. 8th overall pick in that draft. Made his major league debut in September of 2016. Up and down last year.
Over the inside corner, 0-2. Lynn struck out a couple in the first inning.
Long look right there. Garber going through a set of signs. Put down the ground ball sign.
At someone. Outside, 1-2.
Then 31 years old, 6 seasons with the Cardinals before signing with the Twins late in spring training back on March 10th.
Got him looking. Buzzed a fastball over the inside corner, 1 away.
And this is Tom Hallion's type of game right now. 4 strikeouts for, either or 3 now for Lynn. He likes to do that. I like umpires like that.
Do you?
Yeah.
There used to be more of them, right? Ron Luciano.
Mm-hmm.
You can win unique Twins memorabilia and support the Twins Community Fund during the 2018 Twins broadcast auction. A lot of great items that you see there, including a chance to spend an inning in the Twins broadcast booth. Tune into the Twins broadcast May 29th and 30th to participate. Visit twinscommunityfund.org to learn more. Here's Alex Gordon. Liner off the glove of Dozier, and there is going to be no play. Dozier knocked it down. The ball didn't stay in his glove, and Escobar had to retrieve the loose ball. So there was nobody at second base, and then Escobar decided not to try to get Perez at third.
Well, as a base runner, you're kind of stuck in no man's land because of Brian Dozier's dive for this ball. So Perez has to kind of hold up. But then right there, Escobar, did he have a shot? Don't know. But nobody at second base with both the middle infielders going after the baseball.
Well, they're loaded up for Escobar now, with Alex Gordon getting a base hit. Second hit of the inning, sandwiching a walk. Escobar hitting just .232.
Escobar, a free agent at the end of last year, re-signed with the Royals.
Big hack and a foul back. He's grounded into 6 double plays, tied for second on the team. Sal Perez with 8. The Royals have hit into 55 of them, more than 1 per game. And these are ground ball double plays. These aren't a line drive, say, to the second baseman. Dozier might have been able to get a double play if he had caught that line drive. 1 strike to Escobar. And now 2 strikes.
Good fastball, good location.
Junis pitched out of a jam in the top of this inning. This is a little more serious predicament with only 1 out. Lynn trying to do the same. Oh, 0-2 to Escobar.
The thing about Escobar, he's always a tough guy to try to strike out. Usually tries to put the ball in play, just missing away. Doesn't walk much, doesn't strike out much.
First pitch of the night for Lynn. One and two. Got him over the inside corner. Tom Hallion rings him up. 2 away.
Yeah, second strikeout of the inning. Both of them middle in. He got Hunter Dozier taking a strike inside. And a fastball right there. Clips the corner.
It's not quite as good as Frank Drebin, but it's pretty good. Remember Frank from the Police Academy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Naked Gun, I'm sorry. Here's Ramon Torres. Bases still loaded, but now 2 down. One strike to Torres.
Well, one thing about Tom Elliott, you know, there's been 4 called strikeouts already in this ball game. Strike 3, 2 for each side. So be ready to swing the bat, boys.
And now 2 strikes to Torres.
Torres just coming up, back on the 19th of this month. This is just his 4th major league game. Out of the Dominican Republic, just 25 years old.
Oh, and 2 to the number 9 batter. Hacked foul into the Twins dugout.
That ball ricocheted around a little bit. Yeah, Torres last year made his major league debut with the Royals back in June. Switch hitting infielder. Hit the back wall of the dugout and then ricocheted around. Luckily, everybody's all right.
Two strikes again to Torres. Chop to short. And Escobar fires it to Morrison. And Lynn and Garver pump their fists at one another as the Royals leave the bases full.
Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. What you do to allow us to play this beautiful game each and every day is truly tremendous, and you guys are heroes. So thank you, and God bless each and every one of you. We love you.
Well said.
No score as we go to the third inning. We had a conference call this morning, and the question was raised, what memories, baseball-related memories, do you have on Memorial Day? And the most vivid one I have involves you, of all people. Buxton with a swing and a miss, 1 strike. It'll be Buxton, Dozier, and Rosario.
That the old Matt, or was
no,
it the,
no. After this
Metrodome?
pitch here, inside. A buddy of mine and I years ago went to Milwaukee to watch the Twins play on a Sunday afternoon, and then the next day the Indians played a day game. You were with the Indians then, so this would have been 84, 85. Ground ball and a base hit for Buxton, leading off the third inning. Rounding first, he'll hold up there. And Buxton gets a base hit to start the third inning. So much like the cold front moved through in the Twin Cities and temperature dropped 30 degrees. That's kind of what happened in Milwaukee way back when on Memorial Day. And you pitched for the Indians. It was a 1 o'clock game. Game time temperature about 43 degrees. And as was a common occurrence for you, you finished what you started that day. The Brewers didn't have much of a chance. And the time of the game was about 2 hours and 17 minutes, and I didn't know you were going to be my broadcast partner for 20-some years. But you were one of my favorite ball players, because it was cold. Here's a ball whacked to the corner, but it's hooking foul. It was one of those days where you were glad the game was only 2 hours and 17 minutes.
Well, thank you for remembering that.
But you don't see, and that's, you don't remember that at all, do you?
No, no. If I looked at the line score or something, I might.
Well, that's my most vivid.
Cleveland that was a pretty good year for me. I won 19 ball games that year in '84.
1 strike to Dozier.
Can't remember them all, Dick.
Popped up right side. Only one infielder there, but now Dozier gives way to Merrifield, who makes the catch, and Dozier's retired.
Yeah, Dozier's almost at that point. He doesn't, he likes every pitch. Just swinging a lot. I know he swings a lot anyway, but it just seems like he's in that area that even that breaking ball right there, he just got underneath it.
Here's Eddie Rosario with Buxton at first. Couple of pitches in that at bat, and Byron didn't try to advance. We'll see if he tries here during the Rosario at bat.
We talked about it before. Twins have stolen 16 bases in 24 tries.
Big leg kick, and Rosario takes outside. Now, of course, Salvador Perez is among the best throwing catchers in the league, but Buxton, he only got thrown out once last year, and that's when he overslid second base. Caleb Joseph got him.
Yeah, there's only 1 stolen base attempt against Junis so far this year. In his career, 3 stolen bases in 7 attempts. And again, when you have a catcher like Perez, try to get that ball to him as quick as possible and utilize that all-star catcher's arm.
Buxton stays put. Rosario takes ball 2. Buxton has stolen successfully 29 straight times. Last time he was caught was more than a year ago on May 23rd in Baltimore. Paul Molitor was talking about that, how it's been frustrating because they just haven't had many opportunities. 3-0, and Junis might be on the verge of walking Buxton to second base.
Yeah, Twins they stole 2 bases in March, 8 in April, and 6 so far here in the month of May for the 16.
The 6 seems high. I don't remember them. Yeah. It's been that kind of a last couple of weeks, and Buxton dives back. Paul, of course, a manager who likes the stolen base. He likes the hit and run, but there have been so few opportunities for the Twins. We'll see what they do here. It's 3-0. Rosario will be green lighted here, and he takes ball 4. So Buxton distracting the pitcher, perhaps one of the reasons. Rosario, who's not the easiest guy to walk, but he ends up taking a 4-pitch walk.
And walks have not really been an issue for Junis. That's just his 13th unintentional walk in 64 innings pitched.
The Twins need Miguel Sano to be a run producer. He has not been that even before he went on the disabled list. Just 14 runs batted in. And now he's got 2 men on. They both can run. 1 out here in the 3rd inning. Right off the end of the bat, out in front. Strike 1. I mean, Sano now has 91 at bats and just 14 runs batted in.
Well, again, missing a month because of the left hamstring strain.
Half swing and strike 2, much like the check swing strikeout in the 1st. And earlier we talked about Kepler's improved pitch recognition, and that is still a big obstacle for Miguel Sano. So many of the strikes and strikeouts are on check swings.
Well, 2 straight breaking balls down and away. Watch Perez move again outside, and another breaking ball. So Junis picking up his 5th strikeout, getting Sano for the 2nd time. By everything away. Took 3 pitches to strike out Sano. See where they're at.
Pretty good pitches, but none of the 3 could have been pulled under any circumstances. And now here's Morrison, fouled out his first time up. Inside ball one. Nearly 60% of the hits for the Twins this year have been to the pull side. Highest percentage in Major League Baseball. And time called. Buxton led off the inning with a single. Rosario a one-out walk. Inside again, 2-0. Junis has really cut down on the number of home runs allowed, but he gave up 5 in one game to the White Sox. Twins could sure use one here.
Well, the Royals staff in general have given up a lot of home runs. 79 as a ball club. That's the most in the American League.
17 more than the Twins have allowed. Seems, 2-1.
Seems to be feeding Morrison nothing but breaking balls. There's a fastball in, just misses inside. Let's see if he gets a fastball here again or that breaking ball. Seems like Junis has confidence in that breaking ball.
Foul back 3-2.
High fastball.
The runners the Twins have out there don't need much help, but they will leave early. Buxton from second, Rosario at first. And Escobar hoping for a chance here in the third inning. That will mean Morrison, at the very least, reach base. Full count to Logan Morrison. And wide of the plate, and they're loaded up now with 2 down for Escobar.
The second walk of the inning. And the second walk of the ball game. Excuse me, the third.
Escobar hit a ground ball to Merrifield his first time up. Indians beat the White Sox 9-6 today. And right now have a 4-game lead over the Twins. The man's specialty is hitting doubles. We'll see if he can hit one here. Strike one. Escobar with 18 doubles.
Be pitch number 50 for Junis. Strike to ball ratio not good.
That's down the left field line. Gordon retreating to make the catch. Twins fill them up but leave them full. We head to the bottom of the third.
Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in the Twin Cities. By Grand Casino, the best stories start here. And by USAA. Join USAA in honoring our fallen heroes.
Between the innings, Escobar, the shortstop.
Their shortstop.
Yeah, their shortstop. Had some words with Tom Hallion and Ned Yost.
Escobar was called out on strikes in the second inning.
Yep.
And so each team's left the bases full in the ball game. It'll be John Jay starting the third for Kansas City. And strike one on the outside corner. Jay's done a nice job filling the leadoff spot for the Royals. Up and in, 1-1. The TQ combination. Eddie Rosario, of course, done a really good job producing runs for the Twins.
Jay's always been a good hitter, a .288 hitter coming into this year. Mentioned before, these two guys were teammates for about 5 seasons in St. Louis.
And hits over the last 4 weeks or so, each player with 40. 2-1 count to Jay here, leading off the Kansas City third. Driven to right and deep. Kepler back. And it's one hops the wall, and Jay digs for second. He's got a leadoff double. Second leadoff hit in a row for the Royals. This one an extra base hit.
Well, he got the count in his favor, and Lynn came in with a low fastball where left-handers like it. You can see Lance Lynn did not like where that ball ended up. It is a pretty nice ballpark. It's, you know, kind of a ballpark that normally I think this ball's a home run in a lot of ballparks. But it's 387 to the power alley, and one hops the fence. Kepler gets it back in. Jay now on a 10-game hitting streak, a season high with that double.
Jay's hit as many as 10 home runs in a season. Hasn't hit one yet this year. He does have this leadoff double, and now Whit Merrifield will hit. He went down swinging in the first. Grounder to third. Sano has it and fires to first. So an unproductive out.
Well, we saw a lot of those in Seattle.
Oh, did we ever?
Yep. I mean, when you're scuffling as an offense, and the Royals, I mean, offensively, they're hitting well. They're hitting, they're 6th best in the American League, hitting .254, but they're not doing a very good job with runners in scoring position. And Merrifield, he's a better hitter than that. He's got to try to move Jay over to third.
Here's Moustakas. He went down swinging in the first inning. You know what I think is one of the issues with that. You ask a hitter now to hit it to the opposite field. It's like you're telling them not to get a hit. So many hitters are in pull mode. They don't realize that there are hits to be had to the opposite field. You're not saying, hey, make an out, get the guy to third base. Hey, there are a lot of hits to right field too.
Hey, Haniger, remember he knocked in the winning run by going with a ground ball to second base in Seattle.
But hitters are not trained to do that anymore. They don't practice it as much.
I just, you know, everybody wants to see the long ball. Everybody has that uppercut swing, but there are times in a ball game you have to do the little things to try to create runs, especially when you're not scoring runs like the Twins.
2-0 the count to Moustakas. That's hit to the shortstop Escobar behind the second base bag. And on the play, Jay moves to third. Join Fox Sports North as we inspire girls to be healthy and confident at the Alaris Mortgage Girls on the Run Twin Cities Spring 5K, Sunday, June 3rd at the Mall of America. To register or volunteer, visit gotrtwincities.org/5K.
Kansas City 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position tonight.
that they've had 6 at-bats is a little excessive. Gordon got the base hit, the infield hit that advanced runners. The ball hit to right center field. Buxton glides after it. Neither team doing well with the scoring opportunities they've had through 3 scoreless innings.
By sharing a photo or video with hashtag #HatsOffForHeroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
And we have no score as we go to the 4th inning. We do remember those who lost their lives in service to our country. We remember the family members, and whether it happened 75 years ago or 2 years ago, you are in our hearts and prayers constantly. Max Kepler will lead off the 4th for the Twins. Kepler tripled into the right field corner with 2 down in the 2nd inning. Twins have left 5 on over the last 2 innings. And they have run up Junas's pitch count to 50 through 3 innings. Strike on the outside corner. High pop up to short center field. Jay sprinting in. Kepler's retired, 1 away. And before Grossman's at bat, let's go to Kevin Gord.
Hey, is it hot down there, young man?
It's not too bad, and it's time for our big story in baseball. A couple of big scares. A young star for Atlanta. Ronald Acuna Jr. placed on the 10-day disabled list after an MRI revealed no structural damage to his knee. It's a mild ACL sprain, so much better news for the Braves, who won today 4-3. And Mookie Betts of the Red Sox day-to-day with left side tightness, also not believed to be too serious. He leads Major League Baseball runs scored, slugging, and OPS. The Red Sox won again, guys, 8-3.
Jay catches Grossman's first pitch fly ball, 2 quick outs. And we can tell you that Gene Segura, who was accidentally kicked in the head by Gregorio Petit on Saturday night, is going through, and he has not passed yet, but he is going through the concussion protocol. They've not put him on the 7-day concussion disabled list yet, but he was not in the lineup again today. 2 down. Here's Mitch Garver. And Garver takes strike 1. Now, the Twins made Junis work in the 3rd inning. He threw a lot of pitches, 20 of them, and now he's on the verge of getting through the 4th inning with just a handful of pitches, 1-1. Garver came up with runners at 1st and 3rd and 2 down, and Junis struck him out on a breaking ball. Now fouled back. 1-2.
Yeah, one thing Junis has done in 4 starts this year, the first 10, he went at least 7 innings. His longest this year, 8 innings. So he is eating up some of the innings, taking some of the pressure off of that bullpen.
And now 2-2.
And in this age, if you can go 7 innings, I think they're going to change that to a complete game, even though it's a 9-inning game. If a starter goes 7, you get a complete game.
And Garver's hit by a pitch, and Buxton will come up with a man aboard.
Yeah, big breaking ball right there, and Garver didn't move. So Junis hitting his 4th batter of the season. And it's just a breaking ball that got away. Hitters use that pad now, so no harm, no foul.
Since you brought it up, I don't know if you read Jim Cott's suggestion that they just go ahead and shorten games to 7 innings.
Come on,
I got to talk to Jim when we get.
Come on, Kitty. Well, he had a lot of complete games too, so I guess he just wants guys to feel what it feels like to go a complete game.
Here's Buxton singled up the middle, leading off the 3rd inning. And now left side, and they'll go the short way and force Garver. No chance to get Buxton from the hole. Garver forced, and the Twins come up empty in the 4th. 9 pitches thrown by Jacob Junis. Memorial Day, I found this interesting. On May 5th, 1868, General John A. Logan, leader of an organization for Northern Civil War veterans, called for a nationwide day of remembrance. He stated, "The 30th of May, 1868 is designated as Decoration Day for the purpose of strewing with flowers or otherwise decorating the graves of comrades who died in defense of their country during the late rebellion," meaning, of course, the Civil War, "and whose bodies now lie in almost every city, village, and hamlet churchyard in the land." It's now recognized as Memorial Day, the last Monday in May.
How about that?
Swing and a miss, so it's quite an historic holiday going back 150 years. Used to, I remember as a kid, call it Decoration Day because you decorated the graves of those who died in service. 1 strike to Jorge Soler, and now a ball. Soler walked. He'll be followed by Hunter Dozier and Alex Gordon. Fly ball, and retreating a few steps to right. Kepler has it, 1 away. And that'll bring up Hunter Dozier. You can watch every out-of-market regular season game live at home, in the office, or on the go with MLB.tv. Your subscription includes MLB At Bat Premium, allowing you to watch live baseball on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Dozier called out on strikes his first time up. What do you remember about Memorial Day growing up? You were too young in Canada, but in California you must have some memories of the.
No, I really didn't. I don't have that many memories about Memorial Day. My brother did serve in the Air Force, and he was over in Vietnam. My parents, of course, went through World War II in Holland.
1-0 to Dozier. In Dumont, we would meet in Main Street, and we'd march all the way down to the south end of town where the cemeteries. It was all of about 2 blocks. And then we'd have the 21 gun salute there. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
And 50 pitches, 32 strikes. Good strike to ball ratio for Lance Lynn.
Royals got a leadoff hit in the second and another one in the third. Haven't scored yet. 1-2 now to Hunter Dozier. And Garver tried to frame that for Lynn. Didn't get the call. 2-2.
Dozier took a call third strike on the inner part of the plate in the second inning. Going back inside again.
Fouled away. Well, Lynn enjoyed some really good years in St. Louis, and he's got St. Louis type of weather here tonight. Very hot and muggy.
Yeah, his best year in 2012 when he won 18 ball games in 29 starts, 35 games. 15-10 in 2014 with a 2.74 earned run average. 200 plus innings.
Missed inside. 3-2.
I think that's what was one thing that was intriguing to the Twins when they looked at and signing Lance Lynn late, even though he had the Tommy John surgery in late 2015, missed basically all of 2016, still came back last year, worked 186 innings.
With the assumption that the next year everything would be even a little bit better in terms of lower whip, fewer walks, all of that.
Still 186 innings, you know, that puts him probably in the top 20 in baseball as far as innings pitched in a year. If you could find somebody now, and they were hoping they would have Irvin Santana, Barrios, Gibson's capable of doing it, Odorizzi. Really, you look at all 5 guys, if they're healthy and they get 33 starts, 35 starts in that range, they're going to be close to 200 innings.
Did you hear what you just said?
I know. It's a different game.
There were 8 pitchers last year. 8
that threw 200
that
or
threw
more.
200 or more innings in the American League.
And would you say 25 qualified for
25
the ERA title?
qualified for the ERA title. 162 or more.
See, I listen to you once in a while.
Yeah, I know that.
There's a walk right there. Second walk for Lynn in the ball game.
And Alex Gordon will come up with a man aboard.
So they tried to go back inside and freeze Dozier, and the ball just a little bit too far inside.
Gordon blistered a line drive to the backhand side of Brian Dozier in his first at bat. The ball hit Dozier's glove, but was left on the ground for an infield hit. And the Royals are crossing their fingers that what they have seen from Gordon this year is what they'll get for the balance of his contract. Disappointing couple of years for the Gold Glove winning left fielder.
Ouch.
Sano can't make the play, and the ball rolls slowly into left center field, and it died before Rosario could pick it up.
Ouch. He got in a kitchen right there, and Gordon just fought it off. And Sano, who was playing, of course, the shift was put on, is playing a little bit toward shortstop, just out of his reach.
Went after the first pitch again.
Boy, he's enjoyed hitting against Lance Lynn. He is now 9 for 14 against Lynn.
First and second, one down.
So he got an infield base hit in the first inning, and then a doink right there for his second hit.
Yeah, you'd better smile when you get to first base, when you get a base hit, when the ball dies before an outfielder can pick it up. Here is Escobar. He was up in a run-producing situation in the second inning. Bases loaded, 1 out. He was called out on strikes by Tom Hallion. They had a discussion about that after the next half inning. See if Lynn can get a ground ball and get 2 outs on 1 pitch here. Dug out by Garver, ball 1. This is the 8th at bat for the Royals with runners in scoring position. The only time they got a hit was when Gordon was up the first time in the second. It was an infield hit, and it did not produce a run.
Yeah, when you look at those numbers, here we are in the 4th inning. Lance Lynn has been walking a tightrope.
Outside 2-0. You make of Lynn's follow through. He does it more than anybody else in the Twin staff.
Spins around.
Half the time his back pockets are facing home plate. Not the best fielding position.
Well, it's all after the ball is released, though.
Fly ball, right center field. Second out of the inning.
That's big out right there.
Well, you know, the classic Jim Cott follow through where he's squared with both knees facing home plate, and the glove and the hand, everything facing, ready to, well, as he says, he became an infielder after he delivered the pitch.
Yeah, Kitty, what, 16 Gold Gloves?
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, I always pictured Bob Gibson, though. He was complete opposite. His back would end up at the hitter because of his follow through.
First and second, 2 down.
But he was a great athlete too. He could field his position. I think the biggest thing for Lynn, and we kind of touched on it last time, staying over that pitching rubber a little bit longer, allowing that arm to catch up, and he's creating more of a downward plane now, where I think for about 3 or 4 starts it was a flat fastball that was kind of all over the place via the 30 walks that he had coming into the game. Only 1 in his last start.
1-0 to Torres. And again now in the 4th inning, Lynn's got to work. Left the bases full in the second, pitched around a leadoff double in the 3rd. Now a walk and a single, and put a couple of men on in the 4th. 2-0.
Outfield not playing very deep.
2-1.
Torres last year with the Royals, 33 ball games, no home runs, drove in only 4 runs in the 33 games, hit .243.
Two and 1. 3-1 to the number 9 batter, John Jay, on deck. 2 walks issued by Lynn. And the last thing he wants to do is walk Torres and face a more accomplished hitter with the bases loaded. 20 pitches again this inning for Lynn.
I think Garver's going to sit away, not much. Should be a fastball.
Ground ball to
There
Dozier.
you go.
4 scoreless innings. Each team has left 6 men on base. Max Kepler's triple, the highlight of the game so far. Twins fans here hoping more and better highlights to come. And happy Memorial Day as you look at our Pepsi fans of the game. It'll be Brian Dozier, Eddie Rosario, and Miguel Sano in the fifth against Jacob Junis.
Yeah, Junis with 59 pitches, 35 strikes, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, hit a batter. Twins have only 2 hits, a triple by Kepler and the hit by Buxton.
Strike 1 on the outside corner. Dozier's last home run May 11th in Anaheim. Pulled foul, 2 strikes. Take a look at AARP's take on today. And the Twins hoping to have some better luck and success. Well, forget luck and success. How about having better at bats against Junis the 3rd time through?
The numbers showing right there. First couple times hitting only .226, but .298 third time through.
And that's down for a hit.
There we go.
And Dozier gets a leadoff single. It's the 2nd time that the Twins have gotten a leadoff hit. Buxton led off the 3rd with a single. Buxton led off the 3rd, and he never did so much as bluff a stolen base attempt toward second base. We'll see if Dozier does that here. He's got a couple steals and 4 tries, but you've got your hottest hitter, Rosario, hitting behind him.
I see the breaking ball left up after a couple good pitches. Junis giving up just his 3rd hit.
And Rosario takes a strike on the outside corner. Rosario with a strikeout looking in the 1st, drew a 4-pitch walk in the 3rd. Up and away. Swing and a miss. Rosario waited on the off-speed pitch, but came up empty. 1-2.
Just watching Junis in that stretch position, even though he brings that leg up, what he does a good job of is holding that ball for a split second, allowing Brian Dozier to get out there but not take a walking lead. And there's a throw over. And of course, when you have a catcher like Perez behind the plate, you want to get it to him in about 1.2 seconds if you can toward home plate. Let that man do the rest. There's a long hold.
And another breaking ball strikes out Rosario for the 2nd time tonight. We'll bring up Sano.
Strikeout number 6.
Eddie's shaking his head a little bit like, how'd I miss that?
Take it a sequence away, and then a couple breaking balls. Rosario, too often he strikes out 2 times in a ball game.
Sano with strikeouts his first 2 times up. Last time up, Junis got him on breaking balls. A fastball over the inside corner.
Yeah, 15 of 21 first pitch strikes for Junis. Young man, even though he was up 7 times last year, he won 9 ball games. He was 9-3 with an ERA just over 4 in 16 starts. So he's really been a godsend to the rotation this year.
2 fastballs to Sano, 1 call to strike, 1 call to ball. High fly to deep center field. Going back is Jay, and that ball is gone. A home run. Sano to center field, a 2-run blast, and the Twins take the lead.
Oh, there's some of that power. My goodness, how strong is this man? Home run number 6 on the year, and the Twins take a 2-0 lead thanks to the home run by Miguel Sano.
And where did it happen? In Kansas City, where he has hit so well.
I mean, fastball, got it airborne, and that follow through and his strength, straightaway center.
Just about a foot or two out of the reach.
Great effort by John Jay.
Most of that interim being spent, of course, on the disabled list. Now here's Morrison, and he takes down an in-ball 1. You see that, and then you realize how critical it is for this man to stay in the lineup. Like so many hitters, when he has missed time and come back, it takes him a while to get going and do stuff like this. He's got to stay in the lineup, and he can be one of the more productive hitters in the league.
Well, you see the launch angle, the velocity of that ball leaving the ballpark, and 407 feet away.
1-1 to Morrison. And now 2-1.
I'm glad they didn't have this when I pitched, the launch angle and all that stuff. Some of the home runs I gave up. Whoa.
So we could just kind of
pretend.
Right, but we could condense all the data that is collected now on all these home runs, and we could come up with our own scale, the wow scale. You know, if it was really high, maybe it didn't go so far.
Yeah,
on the wow scale, maybe 3.5.
Yeah.
That one.
Over the plexiglass at the dome.
Right. Yeah, that wouldn't be real high on the wow scale.
No.
So we'd give that.
But the ball that George Foster hit me off in Pittsburgh, that was a capital wow.
So let's just have a little fun with this. We want the wow scale to go from 0 to 5 or 0 to 10.
Let's go 10.
Okay. So how would you rate what Sano just did on the wow scale?
Probably about a 7.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he can wow us even more.
Okay.
How about you?
Yeah, I would say 5.5 maybe.
Oh, okay. More than I do. Oh, you're a tough judge.
Well, it's my gimmick, you know.
Hey, Twins are up 2-0. He gets extra both points for that. There's a walk to Morrison.
A home run with a man on base. I've just adjusted it upward. It's 6.5.
It's a 4th walk for Junis. That's a season high in walks in a ball game.
Here's Escobar, a ground ball to second and a fly ball to left. At the knees, a strike. And Escobar asks for time. First home run that Junis has given up in his last 3 starts. Bluff throw to first, and that gets Morrison's attention.
Yeah, Perez will do that to you.
And a look and a big grin going each way. Escobar chases down and in.
Tell you what, his breaking ball, Junis, must be pretty tight because you know, I mean, Rosario swinging through it, and we've seen, you know, some of the 6 strikeouts on that good curve ball. Ball right there is placed in a perfect spot against a left-handed hitter, down and in. Escobar swinging over the top. Now Perez sits away.
And a good take. It's sailing away, and it's 2-2. Foul back.
80 pitches for Juno, 48 strikes in 4 1/3 innings.
And Escobar nearly chased another one down and in.
That was a good take right there.
Well, he got rung up.
Oh.
Dan Bellino said he went.
Escobar can't believe it.
2 down in the 5th, and let's go to Kevin Gord.
Yeah, a very special guest with us here watching her grandson, Kathleen, the grandma of Logan Morrison. And to have your grandson come home, it's got to be pretty special.
Wonderful.
Big group, big tailgating. Now we've lost them. They're over the ballpark, but certainly it's fun for everybody to get involved in this.
They're probably having a beer.
Well, this is the place to do it. One of the best ballparks in America for tailgating. When you watched him growing up, when did you know he had the potential to be a really special baseball player?
Well, his dad put his heart and soul into that one boy. That's the only child he had. And I think that Tom was a Coast Guard recruiter when he lived here. And he sold his big house and went out to Olathe and invested his money in a boy named Logan Morrison. And sometimes he wondered, but it paid off. And I wish Tom was alive, but he's there. He's watching him today.
Thanks so much.
You're very welcome. God bless.
So no home run, guys. Twins up 2-0 halfway through the game here at Kauffman Stadium.
Head to foxsportsnorth.com. Submit a photo and message for the opportunity to be featured in the Minnesota Lottery Winner's Circle during our broadcast and receive $100 in scratch tickets. With the Minnesota Lottery, every day is game day. One thing that's happened recently in the 4-game losing streak, and the other bad stretch the Twins had in April, whenever they would get a lead, it wouldn't last long. The guys would score at least one the next half hitting the other team. So we'll see if Lynn, who's wobbled his way through the last 3 innings, can have a nice clean 5th inning.
Yeah, that start for Odorizzi, I mentioned, after the Twins scored a couple runs, the Mariners came back and scored 3.
1-0 to Jay, the leadoff man in the 5th, and a ball drilled to right center field. It's down for a hit, and Buxton's going to cut it off, spin and fire, and Jay is in with his 2nd straight leadoff double.
And another pitch down, almost the exact same pitch that Jay hit in the 3rd inning.
Well, Jay watched Lynn pitch a lot when they were together with the Cardinals, and he's 2 for 3 against him. The only player to get an extra base hit against Lynn, and he's got 2 of them.
Well, again, watch the location. They wants it away, but the ball pretty much down and in, and Lynn knew it as soon as he threw it. That was not away enough.
And another opportunity for Merrifield, who failed to advance Jay to 3rd base in his 3rd inning at bat. Down and away, ball 1. The situation at the time, the game was scoreless then, and if he had at least advanced Jay to 3rd base, and again, no one's suggesting you don't make an out, you just hit the ball to the opposite field and increase your chances of having a productive out. Still plenty of hits to right field. Now down and away.
Well, especially the defense shifts that they put on me. I mean, Morrison's playing, you know, between first and second. Dozier up the middle, basically. So you got plenty of room in there to try to drive a ball through the infield.
But with Moustakas hitting next back in the third inning, the Twins might have brought the infield in, given the difficulty they've had in scoring runs. You're not really playing for one run. You might end up with 4 or 5. And now 3-0 to Merrifield with Moustakas on deck.
Yeah, Lance Lynn has walked a couple in the ball game so far. See if Merrifield's taking a pitch here. Barber creeping outside.
And it's a 4-pitch walk to Phil first base.
Lynn looked like he didn't want no part of Merrifield right there. Kind of slipped on the mound on that one.
Got to deal with Moustakas here with the tying run at first and nobody out. Looking for a convenient ticket package that fits the demands of your busy schedule? The Flex Plan gives you a bank of 20 tickets to use during the season any way you choose. You can go to 10 games with a friend, 20 by yourself, or one with 19 friends. Any other combination you can come up with. The Flex Plan gives you the flexibility to choose only the games you wish to attend, all the way up until first pitch. Learn more at twinsbaseball.com/flex.
This is where Lance Lynn has to trust that two-seam fastball down and away. Get a ground ball right here. But you got to get it over the plate, and Garver's going to go out and talk to him. Opening up a little bit too quick right there. When he's missing by that much, it means that your arm is not catching up with your body. It means that you're flying open, especially the left shoulder.
Second mound visit for the Twins. Royals have left 6 men on over the last 3 innings. Now they've got 2 aboard in the 5th with nobody out. Two and 0. Fouled back 2-1. Royals have put a couple men aboard, and the guys they want up there with men on base, Moustakas, Perez, and Soler, the next 3 batters. Be nice to get out of this and only face 2 of them, get a double play grounder in there someplace.
Right. Yeah, again, you have to trust that fastball down. Moustakas hit 38 home runs last year, 5 of them against the Twins. Gonna make them try to hit the ball the other way, hopefully on the ground.
Trevor Hildenberger getting loose to center. Buxton going back. It's over his head. All the way to the wall. Jay will score. Merrifield being waved around. He will score, and the Royals tie it up. Just like that.
Moustakas went down and hit this ball sharply. Buxton a little surprised, I think, how far this ball went. Watch Byron right there.
Well, he wasn't going to catch it anyway. It landed about 15 feet behind him. But Lynn giving up the double to Jay, and then a 4-pitch walk to Merrifield. Then he fell behind a really good hitter and paid the price.
Moustakas driving in a couple runs now with 35 runs batted in on the season.
3rd trip to the mound, 2nd this inning, and Perez will hit. Handed a 2-0 lead in the 5th. It has evaporated. If that's possible on a humid day. Perez with a single in the 2nd and a fly ball to Buxton in the 3rd to end that threat.
Perez jumped on the first fastball last at bat and hit that fly ball to Buxton.
Shattered bat, and Sano ignores the barrel of the bat and focuses on the baseball. The barrel of the bat ended up in short left field. One down.
Wow. Really didn't get in his kitchen. It just shattered the bat. And the out is recorded, and Moustakas has to stay at second base.
So another unproductive out. One down. Here's Soler. Soler with a walk and a fly ball to right. Fastball up.
Now, Soler actually last year put on a disabled list in April and then sent down to the minor leagues, and he's really spent most of the season down there. Showed you earlier, hit just 144 last year for the Royals.
Popped up weekly. Morrison, fair ball catch, 2 away. And that'll bring up Hunter Dozier. "78 pitches for Lance Lynn, and a lot of them, seemingly most of them, thrown under duress with men on base. He had a 1-2-3 first, and since then it's been
in the stretch position.
Uphill into the wind. So far, just 2 runs allowed. Here's Dozier. Breaking ball lifted to left, playable for Rosario. Garvin Alston with a nice trip to the mound. The first 3 men reach, 2 of them score. Next 3 men are retired, and it's 2 apiece.
Sacrifice in the past and giving the ultimate sacrifice, and just want to give a shout out to my grandparents, my grandpa Wasson and Grandpa Gibson, and all my aunts and uncles that have served, and my cousins as well. We appreciate everything, and I appreciate you guys, taking time away from our family and sacrifice for our country. So,
a young man and his father, perhaps together holding a Memorial Day sign. Here's Robbie Grossman to start the top of the 6th in a tie game. Grossman takes ball 1. Grossman with a walk and a fly to center. Then it'll be Garver with a walk and a strikeout, and then Buxton with a single and a ground out. Missing again. It's 2-0. And Junis didn't like that baseball.
So he rolled it out of play. Oh, how particular were you with the baseballs?
Depends on how cut up they were.
Wide of the bag, the second bounce nearly hit the bag. Grossman retired, 1 away.
Yeah, not really. You know, sometimes you'd get a ball that just felt big in your hands and you'd ask for a new one. That rarely happened.
Garver will hit with 1 out. Grossman a little frustrated, I'm sure. Got a 2-0 pitch and hit a weak 2 hopper.
You know, I know Tim Laudner's probably listening, and he's probably saying, well, how would you know, because you didn't have a baseball in your hand very long. It was somebody else had it out in left field or something. I know Timmy would say that.
Did a study on baseballs, and they found out that while they're no hotter, if you will, the compression is the same as always been. For some reason, aerodynamically, they are traveling farther toward the hole, and Garver has a base hit with 1 out in the 6th. And they're wondering whether maybe a couple of ballparks that have humidors, Coors Field and ballpark in Arizona, whether they may not make humidors mandatory in all the major league ballparks. Try to establish a little more quality control, perhaps. But I don't know why that would be if they're not more. If the compression hasn't changed, why they would aerodynamically travel farther than they used to. Here's Buxton, and he takes inside, ball 1.
But I thought baseball wanted more runs. They wanted, you know, more home runs. They wanted more action. Not as many strikeouts as I think that is in the game today.
Breaking ball over for a strike. Yeah, there is that, isn't there? If you swing and miss, it doesn't make any difference whether you've got a golf ball or a baseball. It's not going to go very far. Buxton with a single up the middle got as far as third base in the 3rd inning, and then a ground out to short. Last game in Seattle and again here tonight. At least he's hitting the ball on the ground. And a push bunt out there, and the throw to second is not in time. And Byron nearly lined out to the first baseman on a bunt attempt.
Yeah, Dozier did the right thing right there, getting the out at first and then attempting to get Garver at second. So Buxton trying to bunt, but bunting it too hard. Dozier getting it almost in the air, but tagging first, and then the throw to second gets away, but Escobar does a good job at backing it up.
Not a bad base running move by Garver. You're kind of hung out to dry. You've got to make a decision, because if you don't decide one way or the other, it's going to be a double play. And he just took off for second. Luckily, the ball didn't carry to Dozier on the fly. Here's a looper to right field, down for a hit. Garver coming around third, and the throw to the plate is not in time. And Brian Dozier drops in an RBI single, and the Twins are back in front.
Yeah, Brian jumping on that first pitch. His 20th run batted in, his 2nd hit of the ball game. The Twins come right back and take a 1-run lead. So fastball away off the end of the bat, hit softly in front of Solar out in right field. And with 2 outs, Garver's off with the contact, and he slides in safely.
And now Rosario will bat. Brian had that game against Detroit in the last homestand, a couple of doubles and a single, and none of them were pulled. And now a big base hit here in the 6th to get Garver in from second base. And a little pop up again on the first pitch. Long run for Jay, but he gets there to put an end to the inning. But a couple of hits, an RBI hit for Brian Dozier, and it's 3-2 Twins. money on all your home improvement needs at Menards. By Dodge. Visit Dodge.com or your local dealer today. And by Sling. Live TV you love, only better.
Brian Dozier with an RBI single, and now it's a 1-run lead. Second inning in a row where Lance Lynn's taken the mound with a lead. Alex Gordon will lead off the 6th.
Now Gordon already a couple hits, now 9 for 14 lifetime against Lynn, so see if he can get him out here.
Again going after the first pitch, and it's a lazy fly to left. Gordon with 3 at-bats against Lynn, and he's seen a total of 3 pitches. He's got 2 hits, but he's gone after the first pitch in all 3 at-bats.
Always nice to get that leading lady also. First out.
Well, Lynn gave up a couple of runs in the 5th, and he's done a nice job at what you call it damage control, right? I mean, the Royals have had threats to score in every inning since the 1st, so tip your cap to him. He's done a nice job with that. All that said, wouldn't it be refreshing to get a 1-2-3 inning here in the 6th?
Well, he got it in the 1st. No reason why he can't get it in the 6th.
Gordon, the 7th place hitter, quickly retired. Now Alcides Escobar. Ball 1.
Been out there many times where you get the first 2 guys out. That third guy sometimes hard to get out. See if he can get the second one here and work on the third. See, just dropping underneath with his arm. That was a great example right there. Great angle to show that he got underneath that baseball instead of getting on top.
He's walked 3, and 2 of them have been 4-pitch walks.
Show a little more left pocket, meaning you stay over the rubber a little bit better, and a better fastball.
2-1.
We all have a tendency to rush. I know I was that way, and I talked to Lance Lynn about that, about staying back a little longer over that rubber, because then when you explode and utilize him, he's got a big frame. He's 275 pounds, 6'5".
Trying to bunt 2-2.
And when your body's already out there and your arm's dragging, it's hard to keep the ball down in the strike zone.
But now he's a veteran, and for most of your career you were a veteran. You've got to be able to recognize that, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
And adjust.
You do, but sometimes it's difficult. Right here, short, compact delivery. Watch right there. See, sometimes his lower part of his body gets out there before his arm can catch up. It's just minor. It's a positive. It can't be a negative. It's a positive if you stay back.
Chopper to third, still 2-2.
This game's a negative game anyway. It can just, that little guy on your shoulder is always there, and you got to knock him off and say, get back to where you're supposed to be.
You had a little guy on your shoulder?
Yeah, I had a little guy right here. He was a negative guy. I had to get him off of there.
I don't see a thing.
Well, not now. I'm done. I'm done playing. He's no longer here.
2-2.
He's on other guys' shoulders down there.
And now 3-2.
Flew open right there.
It was a non-competitive pitch. That wasn't. Right. That was 2 feet away from being a strike.
Right. And again, that's a lot of times that left shoulder. If you fly that baby open, your arm's going to drag. Stay back, stay tall, work out front. Basically, that's it. Stay back, stay tall, work out front. Good fastball.
And it's hit to Kepler.
That might be the best location of the fastball in that at bat. That was a good fastball down. And Escobar, all he could do was kind of airborne it, which he did, into Kepler's glove. So Lynn could see the different pitches and missed outside, then in. And then this fastball right there. Look at that. That's a good spot. Outer half of the plate down. Ted Williams said that's the hardest pitch to hit.
Ramon Torres the batter, and Lynn is one good pitch away from getting that elusive 1-2-3 inning.
Watch the bunt here.
Ball 1. Oh, I beg your pardon, a strike. So when I work with you, and when I work with Harmon Killebrew and all the great analysts that I've worked with, I'm a sponge. I'm trying to learn things all the time about this great game. So what I've learned is it's quite possible for a right-handed pitcher, for his left shoulder to fly open, even though there's a little man sitting on it.
Well, that's how you knock him off.
1-1. Birch Smith is warmed up down in the Kansas City pen.
Yeah, Junis 93 pitches in the 6 innings he's worked, so he may be done. We'll have to wait and see. Looks like Trevor Hildenberger up in the Twins bullpen.
He's going to foul back, 1-2. As good as he was in his last start, Lynn was taken out just short of 7 innings pitched, and he was quite upset with himself because of some control issues that surfaced late for him, and had a little tantrum in the dugout. See if he can complete 6 innings here and maybe get a shot at the 7th inning here tonight. 1-2. Got him.
Got him.
6 in a row set down by Lance Lynn since the Garvin Alston trip to the mound, and the Twins have a 3-2 lead. On this Memorial Day, USAA honors our fallen heroes.
The board first with a great home run straightaway center by Miguel Sano. That coming in the 5th inning. Twins had a 2-0 lead, but in the bottom of the 5th inning, it was a 2-run double by Mike Moustakas. And the game was tied at 1 apiece or 2 apiece. But in the 6th inning, Brian Dozier, RBI single that scored Garvers from second base. The Twins have that 3-2 lead.
And from an organization that has treated us with creative first names like Paulo, Chesler, and Witt, we introduce you to the new pitcher, Birch Smith.
Now making his 14th relief appearance. Out of that bullpen that's really been struggling. They have been pitching better here in May than they did in April. They really struggled in April, but Smith 22 innings, 13 walks, 24 strikeouts.
Sano takes inside ball 1. It was Sano's 2-run home run to center that started the scoring. Twins got 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, looking to add on here in the 7th.
It's got a report on Smith. Fastball in the low 90s, curveball, changeup.
That's to left center field. Jay coming over, and he'll make a sliding catch in the gap, 1 away.
Boy, here in Kansas City, you need a speedy outfielder. There's a lot of room, a lot of gap room. And Jay did a good job of catching up with that.
Wasn't a diving catch so much as a sliding catch. And a nice one, 1 down. And that'll bring up Logan Morrison, who has fouled out to 3rd and drawn a couple of walks. Ball 1. Big fly ball, short right field, Merrifield. And Soler wanted to call him off, but Merrifield was waiting for it. A little bit of a look back at the right fielder. 2 down.
Yeah, Smith getting 2 quick outs. 28 years old, originally signed by the Padres in 2011. The University of Oklahoma out of Norman, Oklahoma. Came up with the Padres in 2013.
Here's Escobar.
Then he had the Tommy John surgery, missed 2014 and 15.
This little bouncer up the middle. Escobar flings it across his body. 5 pitches in a 1-2-3 7th inning. Twins trying to end a 4-game losing streak, and they have a 1-run lead as we go to the bottom of the 7th. And on this very special holiday edition of Twins baseball, we bring you God Bless America.
Bless America, being performed by United States Air Force Airman First Class Dana Bowers.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Any accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins, LLC.
They're sweaty and they're sticky, but they're watching their Twins win tonight, 3-2. 6 innings, 2 runs allowed by Lance Lynn. And now he will yield to the bullpen, starting with Trevor Hildenberger.
Yeah, Hildenberger did work in Seattle one time. He pitched 2 shutout innings on Saturday against the Mariners through 20 pitches, 14 for strikes, making his 23rd relief appearance.
And Trevor Hildenberger shaves the outside corner with a changeup, strike 1. Jay cracked a couple of doubles against his former teammate Lance Lynn. It'll be Jay, Merrifield, and Moustakas here in the 7th inning. This one hit to left, carrying pretty well. Rosario chasing it, and that ball hits the warning track. Jay has at least another double, and he will hold up there with 3 doubles in a row.
That ball just seemed to keep carrying to left field. Jay showing some power, hitting it the other way.
Came into the game with just 5 doubles hit, and he picked up 3 in the first 4 at bats here tonight.
Take a look at the fastball.
How you going to quarrel with that pitch?
Yeah, not a bad pitch. But Jay just taking it the other way.
The tying run at second, nobody out, and here's Merrifield.
Jay now with 39 hits in the month of May, most in the American League.
And that hits the outside corner, another changeup. 3rd at bat in a row. 3rd plate appearance in a row where Merrifield has come up with a runner at second and nobody out. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. And the 1 did not advance the runner. Wild swing and a miss on the breaking ball.
He missed that by 2 feet.
This is the 14th at bat the Royals have had with runners in scoring position, and yet Lynn held them so far to just 2 runs. Oh, and 2 to Merrifield. Roller to short. They're going to try to advance the runner, and Jay is out.
Bad decision right there by John Jay.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Twins catch a break on a blunder by John Jay, 1 away.
Yeah, ball's hit to your right there. You go back to second base. And Jay, for some reason.
Well, that's the second of 2 mistakes, but Merrifield looked no more interested in hitting the ball to the right side than he did in his 3rd inning at bat.
Right, just a ground ball. Jay, you can see right there, he's going to be a dead duck. And Sano tags him out.
Well, the Royals now 2 for 14. Garver will use a trip to the mound here with a runner at first. And now here comes Paul Molitor. Going to buy a little time. They're going to make a pitching change with Moustakas, a left-handed batter, coming up.
Taylor Rogers in the bullpen.
So this will not count as a mound visit, I don't believe, even though Garver got there a little bit ahead of the manager. So a pitching change, a runner at first with 1 out, and Moustakas will face Rogers. FIFA World Cup is coming to Fox and FS1 with every match live and over 300 hours of coverage. The world's biggest sporting event begins June 14th on Fox and FS1.
Now Taylor Rogers will try to get Moustakas out right here. Ryan Presley warming up in the bullpen, might be the only batter he faces. Taylor basically got a free trip to Seattle. He did not pitch there, making his 21st relief appearance.
Merrifield checked it first.
Yeah, Merrifield, one guy that can steal some bases, 12 stolen bases for the Royals. Of their 25 that they've had successful, but he's been thrown out a couple times.
Through all the one-run losses, the 3 losses by a total of 4 runs in Seattle, the games were all decided late when the Twins made a mistake or the Mariners made a play. So you'd like to think that Jay's base running blunder is an omen for a good finish here tonight. We'll have to wait and see. Still 8 outs to get. 1-0. 2-0.
2 fastballs missing the zone.
Moustakas is hitting lefties at a 250 clip, 72 at bats, so the sample size not that small. Ryan Presley getting loose. Barring a double play, he'll come in to face Perez here in the 7th. Down the middle of strike. Two and 1 to Moustakas.
Merrifield stole 34 bases last year for the Royals.
Barber shown a pretty strong arm behind the plate if Rogers would give him a chance. That's to left, a bullet, and Rosario has to reach up to pull it down. That's out number 2. Good at bat for Moustakas. Just bad aim.
And here comes Paul Molitor again with Ryan Presley being brought in to face Salvador Perez. So Rogers gets the batter that he was asked to get.
Two down. The tying run is at first. The Twins leading 3-2.
It seemed like he always had runners on after that. I think the key was the second inning when he had bases loaded. Royals did, and he was able to strike out Escobar and then get Torres to end that inning. So Lynn, 91 pitches, 53 for strikes, and another good start, another quality start in today's game.
Ryan Presley coming in to pitch to Perez and keep a close eye on Whit Merrifield.
Yeah, Ryan making his 28th relief appearance. That's the most used out of the bullpen.
Merrifield with a big lead, not going on the first pitch, and Perez spanks it to left center field. Merrifield around second, he'll gain third. And Perez
Sends the tying run 90 feet away on Presley's first pitch.
All right, jumped on a fastball, picks up his second hit of the ball game.
And now Soler will bat 0 for 2 with a walk.
Well, pretty much a fastball. Challenges Perez, and Perez at 96 miles an hour turned on it and hit it sharply into center field.
And of course, Jay would have scored had he been the runner at second base instead of Merrifield at first. Soler will bat with the tying run at third and 2 away. Big chopper. Escobar has to flip to second, and he'll get the slow running Perez to end the inning. And the Royals leave 2 more on in the 7th. We've got Justin Upton's missed a couple of games. I think he was back in the lineup tonight. Here's Max Kepler to lead off the 8th. Twins trying to add to a 1-run lead. Strike 1.
Yeah, Birch Smith out there starting his second inning of work. Needed only 5 pitches to get 3 outs in the 7th.
Up and in. Pop up short center, and Escobar retreats to make the catch. Kepler retired, 1 away. And that'll bring up Robbie Grossman. Bullpen, of course, used to be Kansas City's strength in their recent heyday when they got to the World Series in back-to-back years. But of that nasty trident of great relief pitchers, Greg Holland, Wade Davis, and Kelvin Herrera. Only Herrera remains here. He's their closer. Strike 1 to Grossman.
He's putting together a very good year. So don't be surprised when July comes around, late July, that his name is thrown out there.
Grossman slices it foul. Indians won today. They're 27-25. Twins trying to go to 22-27. Grossman with a pop up near third. Retreating as Escobar into the outfield grass
He
again.
doesn't see it.
And that ball's going to drop. And Grossman will reach. Escobar went out there, and then he looked down as if he expected Gordon to call him off. And Gordon was looking at Escobar.
No, he didn't see it. He went back and almost put his hands out like, I don't see it. So it'll be a base hit, kind of a gift hit for Grossman. You can see, I don't see it. The last second, in and out of his glove.
And now Mitch Garver will bat. Garver delivered a ground ball single with 1 out in the 6th, and a couple of at-bats later, Dozier brought him in with the go-ahead run.
The twilight, you know, here at most ballparks, this time of the evening, it's sometimes hard to pick up that baseball.
And in about 20 minutes, it'll be absolutely pitch black. This has the blackest sky at night of any. There's no light pollution because we're out of the downtown area.
Good point.
It's like the baseball glows in the dark here, and once the sun sets. 1-0 to Garver.
Garver singled in his last at bat. Been on base a couple times, got hit by a pitch in the 4th. Grossman not a threat to run.
Sailing inside, it's 2-0. Zach Duke getting loose in the Twins' pen. Alex Gordon due to hit second in the 8th inning. And Garver cuts loose on 2-0, but the pitch sailed up and in.
That 93-mile-an-hour fastball from Smith.
Two and 1. And again, Grossman checked it first. Foul back 2-2. Night games tomorrow and Wednesday. And then the Twins open up a really long homestand, starting with the Indians Thursday night. Four with the Indians, and then 4 with the White Sox with a doubleheader on the 5th, and then 3 with the Angels. Missed inside, not by much, 3-2. The way it looks now, by the way, for the Indians in the Twins series, Twins will miss Corey Kluber in on the 4-game series.
See if Grossman's asked to take off right here. 3-2.
There he goes, and Garver takes ball 4. Grossman with a pop fly single in and out of the glove of Escobar. Now a walk, and things are set up for Buxton.
Yeah, first walk by Smith. The 5th walk the Twins have taken.
June 1st is Skol Night at Target Field. Viking fan is here in Kansas City. A limited number of Skol theme night ticket packages are available that include a game ticket and a Twins purple Skol cap. Learn more at twinsbaseball.com/Skol or call 800-33-TWINS. Buxton 1 for 3. A bunt attempt his last time up.
I got to get me one of those haircuts. When I get home, I'm going to get one.
I think you need to let what you have grow a little bit before you can do that.
No. Well, yeah, up on top. I could shave the sides again.
1 strike to Buxton. Two strikes. Hunter Dozier, the first baseman, has been playing in on the edge of the grass at first in front of Garver. And even with 2 strikes.
You would think 2 strikes he would move back.
But he's not.
Yeah, now he's moving back.
Low, and it's 1-2. Knocked up down the right field line. Soler crosses the line, and the ball hits the top of the tarp. So another swing for Buxton. Doesn't sound like much, but it was a foul ball down the right field line instead of something hooked 30 feet foul on the pole side. And you're looking for any little hint that things are coming together for Byron, and that might be it. That might be one of them.
Well, we hope so. Well, it's been all fastball so far. Changeup right there missing. Smith last year in the Ray organization, selected by the Mets over the winter in a Rule 5 draft on December 14th, and then Kansas City got him from the Mets in exchange for a player.
Another foul ball, a breaking ball, and that is out of play. Yeah, technically he's not a Rule 5 pickup, but he has a Rule 5 obligation. At least the Royals have that to him.
Right. And again, he missed 2015 and 16 because of surgery on his elbow.
Two to Buxton. 2 out there with only 1 man out. And fouled back.
Yeah, fouled off a changeup. And Dan Gladden dropped it.
Did that hit?
I think it was just out of reach.
Did that hit the metal cage in front of the booth, or did it hit his glove? I heard a metallic clang.
Well, it could have been both then. I think it's just out of his reach. He did have his glove on.
8th pitch of this at bat. 2-2 to Buxton. And now 3-2 with Dozier on deck. Byron so strikeout prone, no chance that the runners will take off here. Dozier with singles his last 2 times up. 3-2 to Buxton. Another foul back.
It's a good at bat right here. This is what Byron needs, a long at bat like this.
And hopefully with a payoff at the end.
Right.
This will be the 10th pitch coming up in this at bat.
Should be a fastball.
And another foul.
It off, yeah. Got to guess fastball again here.
And he chased outside. Long battle won by the pitcher, 2 down. And before Brian Dozier's at bat, let's go to Kevin Gord.
Yeah, guys, talking to Brian Dozier about this late slump they've had here of late, and just dealing with the adversity, what they learned from last year. He said we were left for dead 6 or 8 different times. He said we've learned not to panic. It's a long season. We haven't played 50 games. Paul Molitor, off that comment, built on that, saying, yeah, this is a mature team. Watching these guys, talking to them, they're not getting too down on themselves. He said the hardest thing has been the way we've lost some of these games. Late in the game, the walk-offs really take a toll on you mentally, even though it's early in the season.
See what Dozier can do about things here.
Thank you, Kevin.
Strike 1. Yeah, the Twins have been out walk-offed, if that's even a word, 7-2, and one of the Twins' walk-offs was in Puerto Rico. So yeah, let's get home and have a few of those on the Twins side. They look like they're fun when you win them. 1 strike to Dozier.
They just had one on this road trip.
And now 1-1
in Seattle. Nino with that home run.
Royals got walked off the other night in Texas on a Shin-Soo Choo home run. 1-1 to Brian Dozier. Chopper headed up the middle. Nice stop, and Escobar has no play. Kept it in the infield, and for the time being, it saved a run. Dozier has his third straight single.
Yeah, Escobar shading him the pull a little bit, so the ball hit up the middle. Escobar diving for it. Really had no play. The ball looked like it came out of his glove, but Brian hitting it up the middle. And you don't see Escobar in your picture yet, but here he comes. Dives. Tries to get the force out at second base. A good range right there. Saving a run right now.
Well, Garver hustling to get there. Royals have a new pitching coach, Cal Eldred. Really good big league pitcher. Best years with the Milwaukee Brewers from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And Smith will face the hottest bat in the Twins lineup with the bases loaded and maybe the game on the line here. Twins left the bases full in the third. And now Rosario will try to loosen the collar just a little bit.
Well, he did not have very good swings against Judas. So hopefully against Smith, he'll put together a good one here.
And Eddie swung through a 92-mile-per-hour fastball. Strike one.
Lane Boyer, former Twin.
Yeah. One strike. And now two. Three career grand slams. Twins would dearly love a three-hopper up the middle. How about a line drive? A base hit that'll score two. Rosario comes through, digging for second base, and he's in with a two-run double. And now another runner coming home. Dozier flying around third, and the Twins score three on Rosario's double.
Great coaching right there by Gene Glenn, not stopping Brian Dozier. So Rosario credited with another RBI because of the way they went after that ball. Solar took him a while to get this right off the end of the bat, but it softly hit into right center. And you see the runners running right there, and Solar picks it up, throws it in, and Brian Dozier did not stop running, and Gene Glenn did a great job. It'll be a double for Rosario, driving in 3 runs.
Escobar, the shortstop, held at a split second, and now Sano takes strike one. In the inning, a one-out single by Grossman on a ball that could very easily have been caught. Garver's walk. Dozier with an infield single off the glove of Escobar, and a softly hit line drive that scored 3. And now Rosario trying for third, and he is safe. Smith forgot about him, and Rosario gets a steal of third base.
Yeah, Perez's throw almost went into left field too. Torres had to really jump and dive for this ball right there and get it in his glove. So Rosario credited with a stolen base, his 5th of the year.
Just outside 1-2 to Sano. So the Kansas City bullpen had and it was Smith out there. He got the 1-2-3 7th, but a lot of trouble and some plays that weren't made here in the 8th. And Sano chops one foul. Breathing room, a 4-run lead. And Sano swings and misses his 3rd strikeout of the game. The Twins tack on 3 more in the top of the 8th. Tom Hanneman. And Zach Duke, who might not have come in if it were a 1-run lead, will come in now that it's a 4-run lead.
Zach worked a couple times in Seattle, making his 24th appearance.
And there's strike one to Hunter Dozier. Duke was warming up for Alex Gordon, who will hit next this inning. But now with the 4-run lead, perhaps that's the reason he's brought in to start the inning. And missing 1-1. And now 1-2. Dozier, as we said, a third baseman by trade, former #1 draft pick. But Lucas Duda's had a foot issue, and so they're getting an extended look at Dozier, who probably doesn't care which corner infield spot he's in as long as he's in the lineup. And he's been swinging the bat well. Fouled back, still 1-2. 0 for 2 tonight with a walk. And that's where the Royals are right now, and Twins fans know that the Twins have been there too. You throw players out there and you see what they can do. It's all part of the rebuilding. And whether it is a quick rebuild or a long rebuild, it'll depend a lot on the Hunter Doziers of the world getting a chance to play, whether Soler continues to develop. 2-2 from the veteran Zach Duke. High fly to right, and Kepler staring up into the blackness. One down. And that'll bring up Gordon. Twins went through it with Kepler. Still going through it, you could argue, with Byron Buxton. Not anymore with Eddie Rosario. Those three outfielders, two of them look like they have, leaped through the obstacles, if you will, and Buxton's still fighting things in center field a little bit. Not in center field, but at the plate. Here's Gordon. He went through it and is going through it for the second time in his career after a couple of really disappointing seasons. Ball one.
Actually, to be honest with you, it's hard to see Gordon hitting 279 this time of the year. Is usually a slow starter, always a good finisher.
After the World Championship year of 2015, it was well timed for Gordon because he was a free agent, and the Royals eventually decided to bring him back. He's had some injuries, but he hit 220 in 2016 and 208 last year. And a much more Gordon-like season at the plate so far this year.
He's had some injuries too the last couple of years. Actually, this year in April, he was put on a disabled list, left hip labrum strain.
1-2 from Duke to Gordon. And now 2-2. Royals have left 9 men on, but the biggest adventure, the biggest turning point on the bases might have been Jay's ill-advised scamper to third base after getting his third straight double. Rosario with the catch, 2 down.
Well, plus they're only 2 for 15 with runners in scoring position.
That doesn't help either.
No. So a couple fly ball outs for Duke.
And brought to you by Verizon. Kyle Gibson going for the Twins tomorrow. And Danny Duffy going for the Royals. Then Brad Keller has been named as the starter for the series finale on Wednesday. And he'll go against Fernando Romero. 1 strike to Alcides Escobar.
Yeah, Keller will be making his first major league start against the Twins.
Odorizzi and Gibson have been a part of a much improved starting rotation, and of course fans naturally just look at the one-loss column, and that's fair. I mean, ultimately it's going to come down to whether this team starts winning more ball games, but the starting rotation has been the best we've seen it for the Twins, 1 through 5, in many, many years. 2 strikes to Escobar. And they haven't had so much as a pitch thrown by last year's ace, Irvin Santana. Santana will start tomorrow in Fort Myers, and the Twins are hoping that some disappointing numbers in his start for Chattanooga won't be as disappointing, like velocity, strike percentage, sharpness of the breaking ball.
That'll all take time.
And now down and in, and Escobar thought he was hit, and so he motions to the dugout, and Royals are going to look at this to see whether on replay Escobar was hit.
Did it hit him back foot?
It's the 8th inning. The Royals really don't have much to lose.
Give us a better look right here.
Looked like it could have.
Skipped off the top of his right foot.
And I think they're going to take a look at, try to find an angle that shows Escobar being hit. Now, you know, back in the day, you look at the baseball, and if you see some black shoe polish, right? Well, he's got white spikes on, so that's not going to work. We had a play earlier this year where they looked at the baseball and saw the scuff mark of the ball hitting the dirt. Now, take a look. It hit something in the foot area. I don't know that angle. Now they will award him first base with 2 outs in the 8th inning. So he's hit by a pitch, and that'll bring up Torres. But we had a play earlier where they looked at the baseball and saw a scuff mark on the baseball. Now in the old days that wouldn't have mattered because you kept playing with the same baseball till the cover fell off. But nowadays, and we've seen it happen, you'll see it happen 8 times a game where a pitch is thrown in the dirt and it's taken out of play right away. But you can't even look at the shoe polish when a guy's wearing white spikes. Ball 1 to Torres. Chopped foul, 1-1. Duke actually was charged with a run allowed in Seattle yesterday, but he's been very stingy, of course, not pitching more than an inning at a time. Drops down sidearm. And a base hit bled through the hole, and now the Royals trying to start a rally with 2 down. A hit batter and a ground ball single, and John Jay will come to the plate.
Yeah, Torres just finding that hole past the diving Escobar in the left field. So he picks up his first hit.
Marvin Alston to the mound. And Lance Lynn gave up 2 of Jay's 3 doubles, and he was a former teammate of John Jay's. Duke was a former teammate of John Jay's.
Yeah, back in 2016 and 17. Now, in 2016, he spent most of this year recovering from the Tommy John surgery.
And I needed to check on that.
I don't think they were teammates.
They would miss each other by a year. Yep. Well, John Jay's hit 3 leadoff doubles in a row.
Yeah, John Jay, Cardinals until 2015. He went to the Padres, the Cubs last year, and now with the Royals. As you mentioned, he came in with 5 doubles, now with 8.
Squaring to bunt. He drops down a good bunt. Duke fires to first, and the ball gets by Morrison, and a run will score. Smart play by Jay, and a run will score, and now the tying run comes to the plate in Whit Merrifield.
Yeah, make sure Morrison's okay because that ball went right into the runner, Jay. And Morrison lost his glove as the ball got behind him.
4 hits in a row for John Jay. And here comes Merrifield representing the tying run.
Well, Duke got over there. I think a good throw might have been able to get him. And Paul Molitor's coming out to make a pitching change. Take a look at Jay bunting the ball right there. And Duke barehanding it, but the throw was low into the runner. You see the glove knocked out of the hand by Jay.
Yeah, it may have hit Jay's leg too, but an error charge to Duke. No run batted in, but a really smart and well executed bunt by Jay. And now they're going to make a pitching change with Merrifield coming in here. Jay with his 10th career 4-hit game.
It'll be Fernando Rodney coming in.
Trying to get a 4-out save with the Twins up 6-3. Lead, and similarly the Royals haven't knocked the cover off the ball to jump back in the game. Rodney, after a rough start in March and April, has been really good in May.
Yeah, it really has. 7 for 7 in save opportunities in the month of May. And Fernando Rodney making his 19th appearance. He has 10 saves on the year, 15 strikeouts in 16 2/3 innings. Shoot that arrow.
Hasn't given up a run since Gary Sanchez's home run in New York towards the end of April, and now Merrifield suddenly becomes the tying runner. 2 away, and after the second out, Escobar, thanks to a challenge reached by being hit by a pitch, Torres grounded a single to left, a bunt single, and an error. And Merrifield, who is 0 for 3 with a walk, will face Rodney, trying to pick up now a 4-out save. Change up low.
Good fastball, good changeup. Occasional breaking ball for Rodney. "41-year-old in his first season with the Twins, 16th season in the major leagues.
Chopper to third. Sano has it skipped by him. Torres will score. And the Royals have cut the lead in half. And that'll bring up Moustakas.
Well, you can see the fastball down has some sink, and ball kind of got. Well, Sano probably should have caught that ball, and we'll see how they rule it.
Now the tying run at first. Go ahead runners at the plate. Mike Moustakas, in his last 2 at bats, has a 2-run double to straightaway center and a liner to Rosario in left. Strike 1. And again, with the Twins seemingly opening up the game in the top of the inning, the Royals are threatening in the next half inning. Missing 1-1. Got to get their closer warmed up. With the Royals threatening to tie it or take the lead, Blaine Boyer's ready to come in if the Royals are still trailing. All of this, of course, after the second out. Escobar claimed he was hit by a pitch on the toe. It took a challenge, but he was awarded first base. Oh, a bunt single, a couple of ground ball singles, and here we are.
It's never easy.
A hitter's count to a good hitter. Popped up. It will reach the seats, 2-2. Suddenly, the 8th inning is like the 9th. Got him looking. Loves the fastball over the inside corner. The Royals put together a rally. They score a couple, but they still trail by a couple. Now I think we have a full moon. And it's a 6-4 Twins lead as we head to the 9th inning. Blaine Boyer to pitch to the Twins. It'll be the middle of the Twins lineup. Morrison, Escobar, and Kepler, with the Twins leading 6-4.
If you heard Blaine Boyer before, he was with the Twins back in 2015.
Outside, ball 1.
Boyer in his first season with the Royals, with the Twins in 2015, 68 games he appeared in. 2.49 ERA, picked up 1 save, making his 20th appearance for the Royals.
One and one.
Boyer, 36 years old. Royals are his 9th different team to pitch for. Started with the Braves back in 2005.
Inside. Been almost 2 weeks since Morrison hit a home run. He did it at home against St. Louis. See the infield shifted over. Outfield playing him pretty much straight away. To the right side, waiting for it is Merrifield. Long throw, and the first baseman Dozier got his right foot back on the bag, one away.
Yeah, throw a little bit on the infield side. You know, with all these shifts on, especially second basemen, they have to play a lot of long toss. You know, because, you know, they're accustomed to maybe throwing 30, 40 feet, but when you're that far out, all of a sudden now it's 70, 80 feet at times to that first baseman.
Like turning a double play. You got a 90-foot throw sometimes. One down, and now Escobar. 0 for 3, 0 for 4, I should say. A strikeout, a couple of ground outs, and a fly ball. Outside, ball 1. On the outside corner. Breaking ball rolled foul wide of the Kansas City dugout.
Yeah, Boyer has all 4 pitches. Fastball still in the low 90s. Now last pitch, the curveball, slider, changeup.
And chasing upstairs, Escobar is retired. 2 down.
Boyer picking up a strikeout. That's just his 9th in 20 1/3 innings pitched.
That'll bring up Kepler with the bases empty and 2 down. Kepler with a 2-out triple in the second. Since then, a couple of outfield flies and an infield pop-up. Twins being out hit 11-9. Dozier with 3 hits, 1 run batted in, 2 runs scored. Check swing and a strike. Buxton with a hit, 1 for 4 on the night, hoping for another opportunity here in the 9th. That ball slashed to the left field corner, and that is fair. It'll be an extra base hit for Kepler. A double. He has 2 extra base hits, about 90 degrees apart.
That's nice to see because we haven't seen too many balls hit by Kepler the other way. Now, maybe he was a little bit late on this. Looked like it. You see Perez wanting it up. And a nice swing right there by Kepler, taking it down the left field line. Was it going to stay fair? Yes, it did. So Gordon has to get it back in. But Kepler with a double, his 16th of the year.
And now Grossman will try to get the Twins another run here with another 2-out hit. Breaking ball on the outside corner. For Kepler, 2 extra base hits tonight, 25 now on the season in 173 at bats. That's really, really good. Grossman singled and scored his last time up, and he asked for time. Oh, 0-2. See Robbie Chase upstairs very often.
They got him slow curveball for strike 1 and then the high fastball.
2. Twins getting 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, 3 in the 8th. And one more would be huge here in the 9th. That might work. Kepler is being waved around after hesitating, and now they got to get back to 3rd. Grossman will go to 2nd. I'm not sure why Max hesitated, because I don't think I saw a sign from Gene Glenn until Gene motioned him home. But once he hesitated, he did the right thing in not going home. I'll bring up Garver.
Grossman getting his 2nd hit, high fastball, hit it pretty sharply, and Gordon, who wasn't playing very deep, he got to this ball very quickly. And Gordon, very good, accurate thrower. Kepler alertly got back.
Now Kepler and Glenn are still talking about what happened. I'm not sure why Max would have hesitated before getting to the bag. Grossman advances to 2nd, and here's Garver. Down and in, ball 1.
Well, you know, with Gordon playing as shallow as he was, and as hard as hit that ball was, I think Kepler would have been thrown out at home. It's a 5-time Gold Glove winner right there, with a very accurate arm.
1-0 to Garver. A couple of walks and a hit, 1 for 2. To left center field and down for a hit. That'll run toward the gap. It'll score 2. Garver with a big 2-run double, and the Twins lead is back to 4.
Oh, that's nice to see right there. Mitch Garver getting a pitch up, and Blaine Boyer getting beat around again for the Royals. He came in with an ERA at 11.44. So it's another fastball that kind of ran right back into the swing of Mitch Garver. And he picks up a double, his 5th double of the year on his 2nd hit of the ball game.
Like the Twins went the entire 3-game series in Seattle without getting a 2-out hit. 3 of them here in the 9th inning alone have scored a couple of runs, and now Buxton. Now to center, a rocket, and that knuckles on its way to Jay for the final out. Well hit ball by Byron. And the Royals got 2 in the bottom of the 8th, and the Twins answer with 2 in the top of the 9th. Four. Now Rodney would get credit for a save because he entered in a save situation in the 8th inning. And even though it's a 4-run lead here in the 9th, he'll face the middle of the Kansas City lineup, starting with Perez, then Soler and Dozier. And on a night when the Twins weren't going to use Addison Reed under any circumstances. He pitched in all 3 games in Seattle. They're trying to make do here and asking Rodney, I believe for the first time this year, to pitch more than 1 inning at a time.
Well, he needed 7 innings to get that out.
7 pitches.
7 pitches, excuse me.
Faced 2 batters, and now Perez with 2 singles on the night. Change-up missing, ball 1. In the 4-game losing streak, the Twins scored a total of 6 runs. They have 8 on the board tonight.
Rodney slipped right there on that pitch.
And it's 2-0. So the only reasonable option, should Rodney struggle here in the 9th inning, would be McGill, since Reed has pitched 3 games in a row. Everybody else has been used. 3-0.
Pretty quiet right now.
See if Rodney can come back from 3-0. 3-1. To center and deep. Buxton back. 1 down. Perez retired, and now Soler.
All right, fell behind. He came back with 2 fastballs. Perez a little bit off the end of the bat. It's the first out.
Soler with a walk and an 0 for 3 night so far. What a big hit for Mitch Garver. And Garver, of course, given an opportunity to do more catching with the season-ending injury to Jason Castro. And hits like that in key spots, I think, are going to go a long way towards his development. And now Rodney falls behind 2-0.
You know what they have too, Bobby Wilson, a good backup catcher that really takes a lot of pride in calling games. And I know he does a lot of talking to Garver.
Deep to left. And gone. Soler hits his 7th of the year. And it's a 3-run lead. The first run Rodney has allowed since the final game of the Yankee series on April 26th.
Soler gave it a ride. First home run for the Royals here tonight. Fastball. Good extension by Soler.
He's a big, strong man, and he reached across the plate and put a pitch on the outside corner into the left field fountains. Almost. Here is Dozier. Out in front of the changeup. Dozier 0 for 3 with a walk. Hits are even at 12 apiece. Thankfully, the runs are not. And he may very well see the changeup again. Oh, and 2 with 2 good changeups off the right arm of Rodney.
High fastball at 95. 96, we say.
We're right. Our guys in the truck are always right.
Yeah. But the scoreboard's right in front of me. Good changeup.
Miss. Textbook pitching by a veteran against an inexperienced player. Changeup 0-2. He went upstairs to change the eye angle and then came back with a changeup.
Yeah, Rodney picking up his 2nd strikeout in relief. Changeup, high fastball, and then even a better changeup. Great location.
2 down, and now Alex Gordon. Soler hit his home run, but we're only doing the wow factor on Twins home runs, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, watch
right
out.
over his cap into center field. Gordon on the first pitch, and I know in his first 3 at-bats he jumped on the first pitch. Don't remember his fly ball to left, whether it was on the first pitch.
No, it was not. About the 3rd or 4th.
Okay, but here again on the first pitch, he's sitting on fastball, and he got it.
Well, he got it, and watch out, Fernando Rodney just right over his head. He put his hands up. Ow.
Escobar will bat. And then if he reaches, we may see a bench move, because if Escobar can extend the game here, the Royals will get the tying run to the plate. Torres right now is in the on-deck circle, but Almonte Bonifacio among the options for Ned Yost. Low ball 1. Almonte and Butera and Goins are the bench options for Ned Yost. Morrison's going to play behind Gordon, since Gordon's run means nothing other than to Rodney's ERA. Swinging a foul, 1-1. "15 pitches so far this inning, 7 to get the Twins off the field in the 8th. Gordon had a 40-foot lead, and he just lightly runs to second. And the count goes to 2-1. Chopped foul, 2-2. Gave him a fastball for strike 2. Chased on a high fastball at 97. Rodney gets the save based on what he did in the 8th, not the 9th. And the Twins end their 4-game skid.
A good offensive night for the Twins with the 8 runs, 12 hits. And Lance Lynn will pick up his 3rd victory. And 5 relievers used, but all pitched very well.
Tom Hanneman, we talked about the hopes, the Twins' hopes that facing this Royal pitching staff might cure some of the hitting ills, and by game's end, there they are. A dozen hits.